Everyone, welcome back to my more important analysis videos on Friday the 21st of October with me, Richard Perry, market analyst at Adsit Markets. We're going to look at the Lucky 8 FX Trade of the Year instruments now, which in week 3 is Euro Dollar, Dollar CAD, Euro Yen, CAD Yen, Dollar Turkish Lira, DAX, Gold and Wheat. So let's look at Euro Dollar, and this is the big one. This is the one that's been flying around yesterday on the ECB, but breaking down below 109.50 is the key breakdown. I think near term, that spike low of Brexit Day was 109.10. That's not really been used at all really as a basis of support, but that 109.50 level is key, and that pretty much opens 108 big figure, which is an old big key level, and actually is a key level of support as well on a Fibonacci basis of a retracement of the big run higher. So I think that's going to be a move that we're going to be seeing. You're now back below 30 on the RSI, interestingly, and that is stretched. As you can see here, it very rarely gets below 30. You could argue it got significantly below 30, but this is still a rarity. So the momentum in this move is very strongly negative, and you'd still be backing the bears on this one to the downside, but you'd also equally say that you need to bear in mind that the market is looking a little bit stretched at these sort of levels, and it might limit a bit of downside potential if you start to see the market sort of settling a bit. This hourly chart shows you that the breakdown below 109.50, which 109.50 had been seen as a basis of support a couple of days before the breakdown yesterday, and then subsequently the basis of resistance following on from that breakdown. So that is obviously a key level that the market is looking out for. 109 area sort of was sort of supportive. 109.10, that was initially the as I said, the post-Brexit low. That was marginally seen as a supportive area, and that's again become the basis of resistance really on a bit of a rebound. So interesting that that has been taken on, but yeah, really interesting on Euro Dollar. So Dollar CAD. It's recovered strongly since the Bank of Canada, and it still really is going higher, to be honest. Although you'd argue that those MACD lines turning over is not necessarily positive. Ali RSI stretched a bit, so maybe you're going to see a bit of a sort of consolidation now. You've got some old resistance that turned into new support. Bit of a pivot line initially around that 32.15 area, 32.20. And beyond that, you're looking at another pivot line of old lows and highs around the 31.85 level. So it's a good band of support actually between that, and it'll be interesting to see how it goes. But let me just show you on the daily chart that this move higher, if it continues today, can break back above that old uptrend, then you could see a move towards 33.10. Euro Yen. Just on the drift, isn't it? It's lower. Look at the stochastics falling away, RSI falling, MACD lines crossing lower. It's just continuing to fall away now. I think a retest of the 112 area could well be seen, 112 to 112.50 maybe. These are all lows that you saw in September, 112 to 112.50 area. And I think it certainly seems as though that's the way that the market is moving. And the hourly chart doesn't show you any real improvement. RSI failing around that 60 point continuously. So also the MACD line is turning lower at neutral. So this is all bearish. So you'd look for any rallies as a chance to sell. 113.40 is an area, I suppose you could argue. But generally speaking, I think it's pretty negative. And the outlook is within this downtrend and going lower, I think. So CAD Yen has rolled over. CAD Yen was moving higher on that breakout above 78.90, but that is now broken, and the drift lower is now on. Now the thing I would also say is 78.90 is now becoming a basis of resistance again, having been supportive, broke below, bit of a spike around on the Bank of Canada, is now becoming a basis of resistance, 78.90. So you're seeing lower highs and lower lows now forming. You've got a basis of resistance also around 78.60. So 78.60 to 78.90 is your sort of sell zone ideally. Anything that unwinds that RSI towards sort of 50 area on the hourly chart is a chance to sell. little bit of a recovery actually we've seen in the dollar Turkish lira, having been more corrective. I've sort of been looking at this chart, sort of seeing this as a bit of a top pattern, but you've now actually broken out back above that 307.50 area, which was yesterday's reaction high. And I think if you see a consistent move above that, maybe you sort of extend that to sort of 30 or 308 big figure as a bit of a pivot line as well. If you saw a move back above 308 big figure, maybe that would be sort of the market again rejecting the corrective move. So it's interesting that we're getting these sort of mixed signals on the dollar Turkish lira, even though I suppose you'd argue the market has rolled over. But above 308 big figure, if you can maintain a move above that, that would be sort of turning round positive again. German DAX. Yeah, it's trying to break out and hold that break above 705. It's just straining to do so today. Momentum indicators sort of up towards the top of a range bound area really. It's interesting, if it can hold that breakout above 705, then maybe you could see further gains, because there is resistance overhead from all these levels. 775 and then 802, I think it is, yeah, 10802. So there is resistance overhead supply. The daily chart needs to gain traction above 60 and hold, but it still looks pretty range bound to me, even though we're straining to sort of break out today above these near-term 705 resistance. It still is a little bit. I'm still a little bit cautious about this break. So let's look at gold quickly. There is a main gold chart analysis on my videos that I'm going to be doing in a bit. Gold broke above 1265, and that was a move that completed a near-term base pattern. This base above 1265 measure from 1247 gives you 1283. Now, I'm sort of saying on the morning report, I think anything above 1260, I think is 1260 to 1265 is a buy zone. It's still holding as 1260. Below 1256, which is this reaction low here that we saw on Tuesday. Below 1256, I think that sort of turns the outlook round again. But above 1260, I think I'm still confident in this little rally. And finally, wheat, WZ6, or W hashtag underscore Z16 on on your MT4. It's been a bit choppy of late, sort of up and down, up and down. You are seeing a sequence of lower highs though. You could see a move back towards 412, but 416 seems to be sort of holding to a certain extent, although sequence of lower highs, momentum indicators more corrective. I'd say that you'd be looking out for this being a bit of a more of a corrective move. WZ6, let's look at the daily. Yeah, it's just rolled over. Stochastic sell signal is not great. It's a bit disappointing, I think. You could see a move back towards 412, I think, which is the breakout level. On a medium-term basis, whilst above that, I think it's still positive. So I wish you good luck in your trading today, and I will speak to you later. Thank you.